Doll Day celebration, friends. I am really excited to share a little piece of my collection with you today in this beautiful Schoenhut. I love this Schoenhut that I'm presenting to you today. She is fantastic in that she has her original union suit, and look at that darling little silk ribbon that's still intact on the union suit. Her paint preservation is fantastic. She has no retouch-ups or anything else, and she has her darling little original Schoenhut pin. She's saying hello, World Doll Day celebration Facebook friends. Almost threw in there World Doll Day shows because you know what's on my mind. She has her darling Schoenhut shoes with their grommets in a wonderful state of preservation. And she's here with her little glass-side giraffe friend. He strolled in from the farm where they were keeping him, actually probably the zoo near Butchart Gardens on Vancouver Island. This doll was owned by Miss Isabel Young. She was born in 1906, and this particular doll, if you've listened to my Schoenhut programs, you know that Schoenhut started creating his dolls in 1911. She was born in 1906, and this doll most likely it's a 300 series and was produced around possibly 1913, 14, 15, in that era, because the original carved head Schoenhuts were earlier. She would have been popping out with the mohair wig and her original little silk ribbon. She would have been coming out right in that period of 1914, 15, 16 even. Anyway, what's so fabulous and what I wanted to bring to your attention today is that this doll was owned by Miss Isabel Young, who was born in 1906 in Victoria, British Columbia. Why is this important? For me, one of the most wonderful parts of doll collecting is knowing where these dolls come from. What was so special about this doll for Isabel as a young woman, a young girl? What was so special? Her father had been on a trip to Chicago, and as we know, Schoenhut's company was producing dolls in Philadelphia. Chicago was a train ride away to carry merchandise for Christmas. Her father had been on a trip to Chicago, found the doll in a mercantile, and purchased it for his daughter and brought it back to Vancouver Island, where they lived in Victoria, British Columbia. He had been on a business trip to the USA because he was a businessman and he was looking to expand his business. And when he found the doll, what did the doll look? Why would he choose this doll? Well, he's traveling. A biscuited doll would have been possibly difficult for him to be able to take home, and he bought this lovely Schoenhut doll. Isabel kept this doll and preserved it. She never married, she did marry rather, and she never had children, and she kept the doll, and eventually it came with her to a doll show where she sold it to a dealer there. And it was from that dealer that I was able to purchase the doll. And there are several. If you go online, you will see this model, the Schoenhut model. But what I feel is such a great thing is to be able to have that information that I keep with her. The fact that she comes with all of her component parts, her stand, her shoes, her original union suit, and her original pin with her original bow in her hair and the ribbon on her union suit. Can you imagine what a delightful Christmas gift she was? And for me, having the provenance makes a doll that much more special. It makes it something that's wonderful. And I'm encouraging all of you to think now as you're out finding things. If the doll doesn't have a provenance, why not create a little story about how you found the doll, how you put it in a box, how you created clothing for it, and put it with the doll. It would mean a lot more to your family when they come to go through your collection. At some point, it means a lot more when you're sharing it with others. And I just think it's that bit of history, and starting to think about preserving the history of these dolls and what journey they've been on, that makes our journey of doll collecting so much fun and so special. I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit. And my girl from Victoria, British Columbia, saying hello to all of our international friends that we have in the World Doll Day Celebration Facebook group. And thank you for joining me today for this program.
Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button.